Well, guys, join me today on the Daily Dan blog because I've got a dismal treat for everybody. That's right, today I'm checking out Grimm's Ghost Stories, number 28 from 1975. It's a Gold Key comic book, and I'm a little disappointed the front of it's all wrinkly. It's been through hell. Even if I pressed it out, it'd probably still have a few lines in it. I don't guess I got off too bad, though. I only paid $1 for it. But I will give credit where credit's due. The art in this comic book is really exceptional. The first story takes place in a haunted house where we get some extreme poltergeist action. But what I like about this comic book are the really cool commercials you find in this comic book. That's right. You find $6 million Man commercials, and I'm a big $6 Million Man fan. So anytime I get a chance to check out original ads for the $6 Million Man, I get excited. The second story in this comic book's a demon tale, that's right. A ghostly encounter with a Munchu, a Wookiee. What do you call them little things from Gremlins? I had to look it up. It's a Mogwai. That's a Mogwai. Don't that look like the guy who sold a Mogwai to Hoyt Axton in that movie? A collection of all the back patches I had back in 1975. Check out the review. I go through it a little bit more in detail. The story really gets exciting, ha 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 ha, when Casper's uncle shows up. And a collection of the coolest comic book commercials that ever freaking existed. You'll be seeing them over the next week on this channel, probably. A sad story about a man who loses his wife. You know, this one actually made me tear up a little bit because I kind of went through this. Not all commercials in comic books can be classics. I really like the final story in this comic book about a one-armed musketeer. Oh, that just made my day. Once again, I think the commercials were the best part of this piece of crap comic book, but it's got some interesting stories, and I'll be checking them out this week on the Daily Dan blog, and they might even find a few things that surprises you in this comic book. Wah, wah. Oh, gee. I had so much of these really cool things they had in the back of these comic books. I always remember going to the post office and running off a copy of these ads and filling them out and sending them in. I didn't want to mess my comic book up. But on the back of this comic book, it's probably the reason I decided to review it this week. It was incredible. Good stuff! $6 Million Man. Bionic Repair Station! And his little rocket thing where he rejuvenates his bionics. Oh, I loved this so much when I was a kid. You know, it actually come with that little engine you could 16-ounce curl. Well, anyway, be sure to join me on the Daily Dan blog this week when I check out Grimm's Ghost Stories. Not the Grimm I like, but the other Grimm. And until next time, this is Back Comic Book Guy saying blog over, dudes.